Hello, my name is Pickles and today I am going to the Asylum. Now for those who don't know or don't even give a shit, the Asylum is a film studio that was founded in 1997, and they specialize in making low-budget direct-to-DVD and video movies. However, they are most famous, or infamous in this case, for making a plethora of cheap knockoff films based off of blockbuster movies known as mockbusters, and do this to capitalize on said blockbusters and to trick people into watching their low-effort and shitty movies. Such examples of this include Transmorphers, Atlantic Rim, Sunday School Musical, Cargo, Triassic World, the list goes on and on. When they are not ripping off another movie, they are instead making shitty low-budget horror films, usually revolving around sharks, such as the infamous Sharknado movies. Now you may be scratching your scrotum wondering why I, Drew Pickles, the gayest man in the world, would go to such a place. Well, calm the fuck down, you little bastards, I was just getting to that part. You see, while I was scrolling around looking for some new gay pornos to watch, I saw a title that bore a close match to one of my own pornos, Time-Traveling Testicles from the 69th Dimension. Upon further inspection, the Asylum ripped it off and turned it into a film called Interdimensional Space Scrotums, and it was exactly like my own porno, only with a much lower budget and worse acting and effects. Now I could sue the asses off of these hacks, but apparently suing them won't do a damn thing, so I will take it upon myself to bring some super duper duper scooper swell justice the Barney Bunch way and stop them, before they make another shitty ripoff of one of my pornos. Also, they do some Christian movies in the side, so teaching homophobes a lesson is also swell too. In order to get to the Asylum, which is located in Burbank, California, I will begin to rapidly spin my mastodonic 300-mile-long cock around at such great speed and propel myself in the air as my meat-spinning caniscopter goes swa 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 bag, that was swell, and I will finally arrive at their headquarters, which reeks of dollar store cheapness. When I arrive at the Asylum, there will without a shadow of a doubt be, oh god father fucking damn it, a really long ass fucking line containing all sorts of wonderful stereotypes of the stereotypical rainbow. This will consist of lawyers, who are here to represent the studio in court, movie modules, who are here to sue the pants off the studio for ripping off one of their movies, film critics, who are here to criticize the Asylum's shitty movies, up-and-coming directors, who are here, because this seems to be the only studio to accept their budget, sharks, who are here to demand that they get better representation in these shitty movies or else they will bite the people at the studio, animators, fresh out of college to start animating the shitty CG. I in the Asylum's movies, autistic man-children, who are here to throw a tantrum over the fact that their parents bought them cargo, as opposed to cars, more lawyers, more movie modules, more film critics, more up-and-coming directors, more sharks, more fries, more animators, more autistic man-children, more Mexicans, more sharks, more sharks, more sharks, and more of those swimming toothy doot up my 300-mile-long cock sharks. After waiting for what seems like waiting for the 69th Sharknado movie to be released, I will get extremely impatient and begin the process of masturbating to a wild sexual fantasy to Shrek using a bunch of Smurfs, as tildes when suddenly one of the up-and-coming directors will see me and say, oh my fucking god, it's Drew Pickles. I was wondering if you would like to be in my next movie Sorry, I can't talk right now. I gotta teach these bastards a lesson for ripping off one of my gay pornos by ripping their assholes a new one. But I suppose I can start with you and work my way through this line like I have more pressing matters than having to wait in this line with the likes of all you faggots. You directors and animators have much better apps to take than to contribute to this shit pile of a studio. You could be directing one of my gay pornos instead, but I do have a lot of creative control over those. Suck in my dick, I'm a gay shark. Time to blow you all away with my load. Bag, that was swell. Once I deal with that ungodly line, I will make my way into the studio, which smells like the carpet of a dollar store mixed with the sweat of an underpaid employee at a Chinese bootleg factory. I will walk up to the receptionist and she will say, how can I help you today, sir? I will slam my fisting fist onto the desktop and say, hello, my name is Drew Pickles, the gayest man in the world, and I would like to file a complaint at you faggots for stealing my gay porno film and turning it into a shitty mockbuster that even I wouldn't masturbate to. The receptionist will say, well, it's only coincidental that our film and your film share similarities, but our film is different and original, and has nothing to do with your risque gay porno. I will then see you literally stole the plot beat by beat and removed all the swell stuff in it, and acting like a smug cunt about it won't get you very far now, will it? The receptionist will say, sir, I suggest you leave the studio now, as you are causing a disturbance. I will then say, I will show you a disturbance that is more disturbing, as I whip out my mastodonic 300 miles of beef jerk off and hit that bitch like a boner baseball into the stratosphere like bag. That's a home run. After sending that bitch flying, I will begin to explore the studio, seeing any potential swell mayhem I can cause. I will look into a boardroom, where I will see a bunch of hack executives talking about which movie they will rip off next. They then begin discussing how they plan to make a rip-off of the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie with a shitty low-budget version, and then I bust into the boardroom ass naked and say, if I may gentlemen offer a much better idea, as I open my ass cheeks and let out a massive anal log like the peg. That was more original than any of the shit you put out. The boardroom members will then say, what was all that, for you sick fuck? I will then say, I am both going to get my revenge in all of you for stealing my gay porno and turning it into a shitty mockbuster and show all of you the true definition of a sick fuck. I will then lock the door and proceed to have a gay orgy with all the hack executives like making these boardroom meetings all the more sweller. Why not come up with an original idea instead of ripping off upcoming movies? No, making a shitty shark movie or murderous animal movie does not count. I've seen dollar store knockoffs produced in a Chinese sweatshop with more originality than any of the crap you put out. Oh shit, I need to piss. I love a golden shower in the morning, now rinsing you all with my pubic hair like and now back to our scheduled orgy. My god, your cocks are so small, so suck in mine instead. And here's something more original for you. Bag. That was swell. Once I am done in the boardroom, I will head into a studio lot, where they are filming one of their shitty rip-off movies. Sensing a swell opportunity, I will decide to sabotage the project by inserting myself into the shoot and having a swell make-out session with one of the male leads. The director will get super duper pissed off and say, what the fuck are you doing? This is supposed to be an action movie and not a gay porno. Plus you aren't even in the casting call. Get the fuck out of here right now, or else I will get security to escort you out. I will then grab the director by the collar of his shirt and say, oh, I doubt that they will be able to do anything right now. Besides, wouldn't it be swell for you to star in your own movie? I happen to be director myself, you know. The director will begin to get scared, but his fear will only make my cough harder, as I get the camera into position and begin filming a gay porno with the director like I never thought I would be contributing to the Asylum like this, but at least they are producing something original now. This would be even better if I invited the rest of the Barney bunch over to join in too. We'll add them in post-production using all the filming equipment and props, as Hilda lights, camera. Action 52. Release the Drew Pickles cut. Feast upon this massive sausage. And scene. Bag. That was swell. Next I will head over to their visual effects department to see what kind of super swell mischief I can get into. Yes, I am well aware that they have their low-effort Nintendo CGI outsourced to visual effect houses of equal budget, but who gives a shit about deep Asylum lore in this video? After that shatter of the fourth wall, I will see that the visual effects team, which consists of like two people, are making another god-awful shark movie, with shark models ripped straight out of a third-party PlayStation 2 title. So after scratching my scrotum for a bit, I will insert my mastodonic 300-mile-long cock into one of the computers and begin to inject my swell seeds in command like swa 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 bag that la swell, and then all the shark models will get raped by my cum and turn into giant computer-generated penises. I will then have the penises rape all the men and smack away all the women in the film, and it will be oodles of swell fun when suddenly the animators will walk in and see what I am doing and get super pissed off and see you fucking asshole. That entire sequence took us 2 weeks to animate and you replaced all our sharks with cocks. You are going to get it. I will then see you are correct. I am going to get it right in your bum-bums, as I eject my cock out of the computer and 3 of the giant computer-animated penises pop out of the computer, and then they begin to viciously rape the 2 animators. Since this video is already long enough, as is, and the fourth wall has been broken once again, I will summarize what I continue to do at the studio. From rewriting all the shitty mockbuster scripts into gay porno ones, raping all the homophobes in their shitty Christian division. Yes, the Asylum has a Christian film division that makes shitty Christian films, having an orgy with all the sharks they put in their movies and having them bite down in my penis and jacking off to the pain, and overhauling their kids division by having all their male cartoon models partake in a homoerotic orgy. I will be prepared to enact more homosexual shenanigans when suddenly I am greeted by one of the founders of the Asylum, David Mitchell, as he steps out of his office and proceeds to ask the manager's classic line of "What the fuck is going on here?" I will then say, "Hello, my name is Drew Pickles, the gayest man in the world, and I have been looking for you, especially Mr. Latt. You see, I represent Pickles Porno Pictures, the most prestigious gay porno company in all of Brewland, and I am here to say that you ripped off one of my gay pornos, time-traveling testicles from the 69th dimension, and turned it into a shitty and original mockbuster that I wouldn't jack off to. So in retaliation, and because a lawsuit wouldn't do a damn thing, I am here taking away your livelihood and stopping you from making any more shitty rip-offs and shitty movies in general. Oh, and I am also turning the Asylum into the ass rectum." David Latt will then say, "Well, Mr. Pickles, your film and the Asylum's film are 2 completely different films, and any similarities are purely coincidental. Besides, who would want to watch a raunchy gay porno when they can watch our charming action horror movie? So I suggest you get out of my studio before I have you taken to an actual asylum." The sheer ignorance in his response will get me so fucking pissed off that I will pin him to the ground with my cock and then grab a nearby camera and say, "Well, since you love talking about your movies so much, why don't we go ahead and make one together?" David Latt will try to flee, but it will be all for naught, as I begin to teach him a swell lesson like all of this could have been avoided if you actually came up with something original, and not capitalized in the current movie release. Even if the idea is original, you all use the same tired cups and shitty shark effects. What the fuck were you even smoking when you came up with the idea of Sharknado? Wait a second. Sharknado sounds similar to another old porno I made called Cock Twister, which has a tornado carrying hundreds of gay men that have sex with other men. Even when you are trying to be original, you are still ripping me off. Well, prepare to have your anus ripped a new one. Maybe the Asylum's films may be fun to watch if you are drunk or high or want to engage in some riffing shenanigans a la Mystery Science Theater 3000, but they are still so bad. Fucking Sonic is more original than the Asylum. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't be surprised if the Asylum made a Sonic movie. The mega shark sucks a giant fucking cock. And that's a wrap. Sociopath bag, that lost well. The sheer power of my cum blast will be enough to level the entire studio, thus putting a stop to their mockbuster shenanigans. Seeing this and feeling sexually satisfied, unlike the pube muppet, I will head back to Drewland to film yet another super swell gay porno based on my sexy trip. Holy dicks in a chalkboard. This all sounds so super duper mockbuster busting rip-off stopping penis animating gay porn starring anal clogging shark sucking idea draining low poly CGI rendering. This video was way too long and really gay, fourth wall breaking cock shoving super swell up the bum hole in one. I think I will go to the asylum right now. See you later my sexually stimulating studs.